Dr. Whitney Cope from the Audiology and Hearing Center is with me, and we're going to answer some of the questions you guys have for us. You ready?
I am.
All right. Well, our first caller wants to know, she said her dad suddenly is not being able to hear. Could that possibly be some of the medications he's on?
There are definitely ototoxic medications, so medications that can cause hearing loss. Any kind of sudden event you want to have evaluated quickly. The quicker you act on it, the better the outcome. So you first would want to discuss your options with the prescribing physician, and also I would get a check on your hearing. And again, the quicker that you do that, the better the outcome, because time is money whenever we have a sudden event like that.
We want to get on it quickly.
Right.
Okay. Well, our next caller wants to know, they said, I've just gotten hearing aids and it's kind of hard to get used to. Is there anything that can make that easier, and how long should it be before, it's good to go?
So a lot of people think they get hearing aids and just hear immediately, and you can hear, but there is an adjustment process. Your brain has to adapt to that new sound. It does take time, and honestly, the best thing to do in order to get used to it is to wear them, all waking hours, and put yourself in some situations that may be a little bit challenging, but, again, help your brain rewire. Research says it can take up to 60 days to get used to hearing aids, which is a long time to wait for something, but, it will happen. You just have to give it time.
Well, and I'm sure, whatever that situation is on the ear, that's different.
Right.
It's
Right.
getting used to that new situation. Okay, so our next caller wants to know that when traveling overseas, is there something that we need to do to make sure that our hearing aids are charged correctly?
So there's nothing, special to do to the hearing aids or the charger themselves. You just obviously want to make sure you have the appropriate adapter. They do all use a USB cord. So, if you have a USB, but you do want to make sure that whatever country you're going to, that it is appropriate, plug in for that.
Like for our other stuff too.
Right, like you would use for your cell phone or anything else.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's good information. I wouldn't have thought of that. Okay, our next caller says, my mom's hearing aids aren't working quite like they did. How often should we clean them?
So, it is an electronic device that we're putting on a human head. There's wax, there's oils, sweat, those kind of things that do take a toll. So you do want to clean them weekly, and generally we give you stuff to do at home, but we recommend coming to our office about every 4 to 6 months to have us clean them, since we can get in there a little deeper.
Probably not a bad idea to have them checked too.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, well, Whitney, thank you so much for answering these questions for us today, and we'll have more for you next time.
Perfect.
If you would like to revisit this segment of Family Health Experts, log on to WPSDLocal6.com/Family Health Experts. Up next, Jen Heining from Lindsay Funeral Home is going to be here with me, and she's got something new to tell us about. That's up next after the break on WPSD Local 6 Midday.